So start recording. So we're going to create a new project. The same one that we have been used, the empty activity one. And I'm going to call it my RecyclerView. And going to press finish. Still building. Okay, have built it. So in our case, we are going to, let's create a grocery list. Okay? Grocery list. So we have like the product name, and the quantity. Something like that. Okay? Pretty simple. So I start by creating the class for holding the content of a product. Okay? So create a new Java class. I will call a product. And the product will have a name as a string and the quantity. I'll put both of them publics. And also I need a constructor for it, so help me out. I could type it, but I can also have here, if I press with the right button, we have here the option generate. So you press on the name of the class with the right button, and you have generate. Type with the right button, and you have generate. When you choose generate, you have options what you can generate, okay? And we have here the constructor. So I'm going to select the constructor. And I have the options, the argument, the field should initialized by the constructor. So we have name and quantity. I want to select both. So I use this shift button to select both. So shift button, your keyboard, and arrow key, so you can select both. And then, okay. So it creates for me the constructor. Okay. We could create by hand also, typing, but I think it's easier this way. Okay, so we have now a class to hold the content of the product, but we need to hold a lot of products. Okay, so we need an array list. In your application, you are going to have one activity to show the list of all the items, and also one activity to show, for example, to add a new item or to edit the content of an item. Okay, so for example, we click here, banana 4, it goes here, show banana 4, and it change by banana 5, so kind of like that. Okay, so the best way is for you to use the singleton. So I'm going to go back here in project, type the right button, new Java class. Okay, or you can use also file, new Java class. So, and I'm going to call it singleton. I'm going to press enter, and it creates for me the singleton. So this code will be the same that we use last class. So we're going to have a private, static, singleton, instance equals new singleton, and a private constructor and a public static singleton get instance return instance. So everything that we put inside the singleton will be shared among all the classes. So we're going to put here the array that we need. So we're going to put as public to facilitate, public array list of product, and I have publics. So all my products will be here on the product array list. I'll call it products list. I think it'd be better. Yes. I can click here, set the product, and refactor. Yes, rename. Yeah. Thank you. Now we have our data set. Now we still need to start to work on the RecyclerView per se, okay? So if you go on the activity main XML, I will put to show system Y. I will take off this text view. So my screen going to be simpler, okay? I'm going to have a button here to add new items, and I'm going to have the list with all the items, okay? So first I'm going to put the button, put the constraint sheet, so a button, and our recycle view. The recycle view is here on the container, okay? So it's the second one, okay? So just going to drag it up here, put the constraint to it on the left, right, and top, and to the bottom as well, but the bottom of it should be the top of bottom. And I'll put some margins. 8 I think is good. And I'll change the width and height to match the constraint. Okay. So I pick it up, the recycle view from here, put on the screen, put the constraints, put a little margin to those, and change the width and height to 0 dps. So get the size according to the constraints on the layout. This part here, okay.
Just to click the plus, right?
Here.
You just click.
Yeah,
okay. How you do the...
I should put it on the... You change here. The width height should be 0 dps. Yes.
Ah,
Yeah, just like it says it. Okay? So we need now the identification, the IDs. Okay? So we're going to choose here the recycle view and put the ID, recycler view. So just press enter, goes yes. And now the button, this button, I think is okay for us, okay? And we still need the string from the button, for the button.
You need to do that in string XML.
Yes, so we go to project, resource, values, string. So we go to this file here. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to create a new string here. String, add button, add product.
And the recycler view.
What?
We also need do we also need the recycler view for this?
No, RecyclerView we don't need.
We don't
No.
because it don't show things.
Yeah, because the text will come from the items, from an array, not from the string. And now we go to the button and the text here. We select it and the text here. We go add and we have here add button and you press enter and you change to add the text. Okay. Now I have seen that I made a mistake. My main activity is in Kotlin, another language. It's not on Java. Okay, so when I create the project, I create in Kotlin. So if you create already in Java, if you say main activity.java, you're okay, okay. I just need to change it because it should be on the same place. If not, I need to code all my main activity in Kotlin, okay? Another programming language.
How you can change that to Java?
You can't.
You can.
You can't. What I will do, I will create another activity.
Set it as launcher.
Yes.
Copy them to the launcher.
Yeah. So you create here a new activity, file new activity, empty activity. I will call for now main2, but I will not generate a layout file because I use the one that you just created. And then I will create as the launcher activity. So it will be the first activity that appears to the user. Then I'm going to press finish.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I remember last time we had a problem that we have two launchers.
Oh, I created two in Kotlins. Let me delete it. Let's create again.
Java. The first one, Java.
Empty activity, main2, no generate, and be the launcher.
No, source language.
Yeah. Okay. I still sleepy. Okay. But anyway. New. Now I think.
Empty activity.
Not generate, launcher, and change here to Java. Okay. Okay, now I think you're good. One thing that we have here on the manifest, we have all the activities. So if you need to change something, we also need to change it here. For example, here we have main2 activity, that's the launcher, and also have the activity here as the launcher. Okay. So I'm going to delete it all, everything between the start tag and the end tag. Okay. So I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to delete this main activity.
You copy the code.
But I don't have code yet.
Okay.
So I'll delete it. Okay. So I'm going to I delete it. Now I will refactor the main to activity. Should be main activity. And I put the set content view to use a layout activity main. And also just to check here, on the code, the context is main activity. Okay, this needs to be the same as the one that you are using here, the context. Okay, and it is. So I think you're good to go. Just to make sure, I'm just going to play here to see if you'll not crash or something like that. So I have the problem with the 32 that I need to change to 32. All the projects I need to do that. Save and sync. Okay, I think now we're good. Okay, so we have here, okay, application. A lot of these computers have this problem of target 32, so we need to go to build Gradle, then change compile SDK to 33 and target SDK to 32.
I see that there are two Gradles.
One is the project, and other is the app Gradle. Okay. One is about the project, so it has like, for example, the plugins that you use, okay, and the other one is for the app itself. So we have the libraries that it's going to use, the version of Android that's using, the testing that's going to use, the version, all the details about the project itself. Okay. Okay, so I think you're all good now. So now we start to build our RecyclerView. So our RecyclerView, it doesn't have anything done for us. So RecyclerView is what? Is a view, a list view, that inside each item is also a view. So we need to create what each item can look like, will going to look like. So it can be like a text view, and like an image, a checkbox, a button side. For example, I think Instagram have for the user, they have an image, and also a text view for the name, and normally a button for you to unfollow, something like that. Okay. In our case, we are going to just create two text views. No button. Just two text views.
You said we need to edit the content.
Yeah, but you're going to edit when you click on the item itself. You don't need to press a button. You're going to, whenever you press for here, and go to another one to edit. Okay? So it's going to be one text view for the name of the product and one for the quantity. So can look like this, banana 4, something like that, okay? So for that, we need to create a layout file. Okay, so I'm going to create a new layout resource file. So we're going to put the name. I'll call it item recycler view. Don't use uppercase, special characters, spaces, accents, just plain small cases, underscore, and numbers. Just that of characters that you need. Okay? And also I'm going to change here the root element. Instead of console layout, I'm going to type uppercase L, and I'm going to select here linear layout. And this part here, we will not change anything at all. Why this part here does it work? We could, for example, create one layout for just one country. We could have one layout for when it's portrait and one layout when it's landscape. We could, for example, when it's on the car dock. So we could create like a lot of XMLs that change the way the user see the screen when he is on this special case. Okay, but in your case, we don't want to do that. Just going to create a plain linear layout. Okay, so item recycle view, linear layout, and you're going to press OK. Even though it's just an item, it creates like a screen with like it had like everything inside. Okay. Here, create a linear layout that's vertical for us already. And since you have the linear layout, I just going to get here 2 text views. So I'm going to get one text view, drag and drop to the linear layout. So drag from here to the linear layout. The first one and the second one.
Here it's vertical.
Yeah, it's vertical because the linear layout is vertical. So we need to change that.
To change the horizontal.
Yes, we need to change the orientation. Because we don't want it vertical, we don't want one vertical, one right on the bottom of the other. We want one beside the other. So let's change here. On the linear layout, we can press the right button, convert orientation to horizontal. So let's press this. And now, one probably is right beside the other, but we can't see because it's outside of the screen. Why is that? Because the first text view says to have the widget match the parent. So the first text view you're going to change to wrap the content. Okay? So now one is like glue to the other one. We don't want that. We want this other one to be all the way to the right. We could do that by, so first we select the first one, we change here to wrap content, the widget, okay? So this is the first one that we changed it. Now we change the second one. Sure. Sure. A lot of my attributes not appearing here.
What does it call?
Text alignment.
Text alignment.
I put on the code. So. Here, I put this line here.
You have the text and view and gravity. You have it center, view start, and text start.
Text end. Okay. If you see that on the attributes, it's better, but we could type it here. If you don't see like myself, so I put this text alignment.
But their case, their lengths are not equal. Their lengths are not equal.
No, but for us doesn't care, because this, if you have like it increase in size, this is diminishing in size, so it's okay.
But if it's too long, the size of the first text view is too long, will it push?
If it's too long like this, it will push.
We can see the
other one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There an option that can turn around the second line to, like in Excel, you can, if you want to avoid it to be too long, you can change the line.
Yes, you could change to increase also on the
Yes.
to have line breaks.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Okay, so we have text align. Now it's all on the array on the right. Okay. So for that, we change the linear layout here to be horizontal. So it's one right beside the other, and we change here to be wrap content and this text alignment to the right. Okay. Now what I want to do? Let's change the text a little bit. Text appearance to be large on the left one. And also change the ID, so I call it left text view. I call it left text view and right text view. Yes. Yes, we have a property called text appearance, and I choose here large.
And left text view and right
Text appearance. We select the text view, and
we'll do the same to the right one.
yeah, probably put medium, not large.
Oh, okay, medium.
And do the same for the left one, the right one. Here, we change the ID to right text view, and the appearance to be medium. It's on vertical. Here. Horizontal.
然后在这儿搜 text align，然后改成 text 按钮。
Now just need to do is one to follow left text view, this one, and this one right text view. Okay?
Yes, sir, I'm good.
So, this one, we are going to put the width to be
这是第二个绕，然后是OK，我要写上字，
okay? Now you just need to change the idea here. In left text view, and this one right text view.
什么叫一般对吧？
它不是一半对一半，
好的吧，我这边可以看。
哦，
零吗？哦，零和一有什么区别？
就是一就是固定航路的，
哦，
最小航路就是这个。
一是固定的，零是可以的。
I just need to hear easier for you to have from the left same side the phone. Okay. Yes. So we have our view here for each item. So now we need a special type of class. One that will adapt things from here, array list, that's data, okay, to items that are here on the view. So for each item, you need to create a view holder for it, okay, is that hold the content of each item, okay. So we need an array adapter that will adapt the content of an array, in this case our product list, into the recycle view. So we're going to create a new class, new Java class, product array adapter. Okay, I'm going to press enter. And I have here array adapter. One thing that we need is what? Is a view holder to hold the content of each item. So we're going to create that. So we're going to create inside that a public class view holder extend RecyclerView dot view holder.
Excuse me, sir. you explain simply what is the view holder?
The view holder
Yes.
is something that you hold the content of each item. So in your case will be what? You hold the content of
Two text views.
two text views, exactly.
So if I have a button, that
You put a button also here. Okay, so we have here text view, left text view, and text view, right text view.
What's the disadvantage if we don't have this class?
You cannot adapt the content from the array of strings or of content into array of views. You cannot customize each item of your array.
So in the class before, we get the values in the plain text and put it in the array list. But
On the
today
text view, yes.
But today we want to do it reverse.
No, actually we are going to do it on a RecyclerView. This is the way the RecyclerView works.
Okay.
And we need a public view holder, view item view. Super. So it will extend the RecyclerView view holder to customize it, and you have a constructor that receives the item view. So it receives the view of the item and is going to say, you are going to save the content here so we can change it later. Okay? So you're going to see left text view receives item view find view by ID a.id.left, and the same thing for the right text view. Okay, we already see this find view by ID, but now we are calling from the item view. Why we are doing that from the item view? We are going to have a lot of items that all of them have the left text view and the right text view. So to know that we are selecting the one from the first one, not the second or the third, we are going to select from the item view itself. Okay, so we know which way to direct. No, because he didn't put the constructor yet. Yeah, copy that code and you're going to make it work. No, I don't know what to do. why you put on the case here, it's a space. Yeah, space.
No, use space.
Yeah, space.
New public folder.
It's a space. You don't have underscore. And also you need to okay, now we need to implement the array adapter per se. Okay, so we're going to extend from RecyclerView dot adapter, passing our product adapter dot view holder. Let me put here. So I extend the RecyclerView adapter product array view holder. So you're going to use this view holder to adapt the content. That's what it's saying. Okay? Is it give me error because I need to implement some methods. Okay? But we are going to implement in a little bit.
RecyclerView. So you create a new class outside the class view holder.
No, the class is created inside the product array adapter. Since we are only going to use this view holder inside this class, so we put inside this class. Okay, that's why. But we could implement in another separate file. Okay. Now we need to implement the methods. Okay, one method the array adapter needs is the size of it. It needs to know the item count. So in our case, we don't want to return 0. We don't want to be without any items. We want it to come from the singleton. Singleton get instance product list size.
Is it normal?
Yes.
Is it normal to have this?
Yes. We still implemented the method. Okay.
We haven't implemented the method.
But we are doing that now. Okay. One of the methods is this one. Now we need to create the view holder. So on create view holder. So you receive the parent and the view type of it. So first we are going to create a view holder. So we need a context.
Context. What's the context here?
The context is needed for the context you can create the visual views. So it is used to create views. So we are going to use to create the view holder. So we can use it. Okay.
Is it on the main activity? No. The
No.
second line of view.
The main activity is it has a context also.
I'll create a view holder.
And also we're going to use layout inflator. And we are going to create the item view. So here, we create the context and get a layout inflator. The layout inflator is going to inflate the R layout item recycle view and attach to the parent. What this means? It's actually getting the content from here, from the XML, the recycle view, in this case 2 text views, and create the actual components that we can use it. Okay? It's the same thing that's happening here when you say set content view. This happens inside the set content view, but we need to do it by hand here. Okay, we don't have a function for that. So we need to inflate, and then we create the view holder and return the view holder. Okay, so it creates for each item 2 text views. For each item that's going to be shown on the recycle view. And now we just need another method called onBindViewHolder. So we create it here, and here we put the content on the actual view holder. Okay, the content is going to be shown to the user. So we are going to get the product singleton get instance product guest position. So we get the position here that is going to be shown, and we put it here. To know what is currently. It's just to facilitate. I don't want to facilitate a lot, but it's to help you out, okay? And then we are going to on the holder, put for the left text view, set text name, and for the right, the quantity. Okay, I just put this double brackets here, just make sure that this is transformed to string. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So here you enter you give the position, the position in view holder to the product P, and
Yeah, I get the position when it's going to show. So, for example, this screen show 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to call it here bin holder 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to pass the position. So you get the content, you get the name, put the name and the quantity. So the user will see.
this is just for one line.
From one item, yes.
One line.
So it is going to be called for each item that's going to be shown to the user.
We need
This
a-
function is going to be, no, it's inside the recycle view. The recycle view call first.
The cycle view call this function. first.
Yes. So we need no for, no loops at all. Okay.
So it will display as many as we store in the array.
Yeah. As many as the user can see on the recycle view. So for example, it can show 4. So it's you put 4 here for it to show. It go 2 to 5. It's going to show 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where does the 4 or 5 you mentioned come from?
Inside the recycle view. From here, the position.
Position.
The recycle view will deal with that. We don't need to worry about that.
So it calculates the height of each text.
It's going to calculate how many items going to appear to the user, and it's going to call just for the items that's going to appear to the user.
So if the screen is larger, it can put more.
Show more,
show
yes.
more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because maybe you have like 100 items. We don't want to create 100 lines. Okay. We just want to show what the user can see. Yes.
For the product list, we had declared from single down.
So we call it product array list. So it should have the same name. Oops. Also go back to the singleton. How do you do this? Go back to the oh, size is lowercase. Yes. So that's it for our adapter. Now we're going to go back on the main activity and show all the stuff to the user. Okay. So on the main activity, we are going to have a recycler view, a button, and also one adapter, product array adapter, so the recycle view work together with the adapter. Okay. And also the button that we implement to create new items.
I saw that for the adapter you add the new product every adapter.
Yes.
Why is different from others?
Because this show I'm going to get from the file view by ID it's created on the XML. We are not creating here. We are getting from the activity main here. From this layout. We are not creating these items. Just like we did previous classes. This one is the adapter. You don't have a view on it. Okay. So
So the adapter is not get by find view.
No.
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 We need to create here.
Yes. So we are going to get the recycle view. And we are going to say recycle view. Use set this adapter. So we're going to say to use this adapter. And if we run it, oh, let's also create some items, right? Let's create like 20 items just as placeholder, okay? So just recycle view, set adapt, and then you go for E to 20. We are going to create 20 items, item 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have some items on our list, okay? Just for to see the items, okay? Yeah, if you press play, probably nothing will show up, okay? Why is that? Even though we have here the recycle view, the array adapter, we still need a layout manager. What's a layout manager? We have the items, but we need to know how to place them on the screen. Why they make that way? Because we could use the recycle view for list, kind of like this, but we can also use as a grid, kind of like Netflix, that have the little squares with the movies and series. We can use also that you have a scroll, horizontal and also vertical one. Okay, so we can use also as grid. You can use just vertical and horizontal as well.
So the layout manager is either horizontal or vertical. No?
Yes. Okay. And can be both also. For example, the grid you can all have vertical and horizontal. Okay. You have actually three. You have grid that you have need to have the same numbers of items on each. You have staggered that staggered is actually more like Netflix that you can have, for example, like
Stacked.
4, and these you have like 3, and then the other you have like 5 items. So this means staggered, that each row can have different numbers of items. In our case, we are going to use the linear one. So we're going to say RecyclerView, set layout manager, new linear layout manager. And we are going to put here the context, so it can be created. So with the set layout manager, probably here is going to appear our items. Okay? But it only show ones, like item 0, 0. But if I scroll, it appeared item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4.
A lot of space.
A lot of space. So we just put these 3 lines here for it to show. Yes. No, it's because here you put uppercase, it's lowercase. Oh, very good. Okay. So we go on. Oh, because you're missing the
Oh, you need to return this. There you go. Okay. Now we are going to see.
I'm going to change here so it shows every item. So we're going to go on item recycle view. If you go on the linear layout, we can see that the height of it, the linear layout, the height of it is match parent. So it's trying to fill the whole screen. So you just want to change this to wrap content. So it shows. So now we have all our items, okay? Now when I press the button, add button, to add a new item, okay? So you're going to the main activity, going to the button, add button receives find view by ID, r.id dot button, add button, set on click listener, view. So to add a new item, we are going to go to the singleton, add a new item, new product, so you are going to add this new product, quantity 1, okay, on the singleton. Now if we press play, and you press the add button, nothing happens. Why is that?
It's not show in the view.
Yeah.
Just add in the list.
Yeah, because you're just adding on the singleton, but the adapter doesn't know that the list has changed, the array has changed. So we need to notify it. So we can notify it by adapter notify. We can notify that everything has changed, if the item has changed, if it has changed position, if some items have changed. But we have here inserted. In our case, we have inserted a new one. What? In which position? In the size -1. So we have added one.
Oh, the last position.
The last position. So now, if you press play, and now have 19, so we add 3, 4, and so on. Now I'm adding items. Now I want to choose the click on the items. Okay? To say click, the long click. Okay? One thing about the RecyclerView is that it doesn't have like on item click listener. You have just a click that can be anywhere on the RecyclerView. So you don't have this method. So we need to implement it. Where do we going to implement? Where we have the items on our RecyclerView. So you're going to go back to the product area adapter and we're going to create it here. An interface, public interface, click listener, that you're going to have void on item click, that you're going to need the view and the position, and another for the long click. So we are on the array adapter on item long click. So long click is when the user goes and be for like 2 seconds or so.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I observed that we have class. Why here is interface?
Interface, you just say,
It's a
if
class?
someone wants to use a click list, they need to implement this too.
Oh,
Okay? So it's like abstract class. So you don't implement these methods, left someone else to implement it. Okay? It's from Java
interface is an abstract
class.
class. It's where is it?
Now it's inside our array, product array adapter.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to have here private click listener, and you're going to have a public void set on click listener. That we are going to set it to here, okay? On this set on click list. Because you need also to multiply that up and change. So we multiply that item. An item has been inserted on the symbol of the input, but it is size on the last place. So on position minus 1. So then we notify that so it can show it as white.
Oui, aussi la plateforme.
Now we need to implement this click listener on our view holder. So every time any view holder is clicked, it knows it get clicked. Okay? So?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
We need this on-click listener because before on-click listener is only provided by the system for the buttons. But
Yeah, we have just a click listener for in the entire RecyclerView. So it knows the RecyclerView was clicked, but we know for the item. So we know the item itself was clicked. So that's what we are doing.
Okay.
So on the view holder, we are going to say item view set click listener. If click list is not null, get adapter position. And on the long click, just the difference, we have implemented here the on-click listener. This is inside the constructor of the view holder, okay? If we have on-click listener, if you check if someone put the click listener, and we call on-click, on-item click. The on-long click is the same thing, but we return true or false. Why is that? Because a long click is also a click. So we need to know, this long click should also be treated as a click. If we return false, we didn't deal with the click here. So the long click is also a click. If we return true, we deal with it. So the long click will be not also be a long click. Click.
That question, why in the second if we need to return true and return false, but in the first we don't need to.
Because a click is just a click, but a long click can also be a click. So if you need to know, the long click will also be treated as a click or no? For example, if you long click a button, normally accept as a click, because the button normally doesn't implement the long click. So if we return true, we say this long click that we receive will not also be a click. So this function will be called, and this one will not be called. If we return false, this function will be called, then this function will also be called. Okay?
Yeah, could you explain that? Why, how the click listener new works? Originally, the click listener is new because we haven't clicked it. The user hasn't clicked it. But if it clicked it, it will not.
If it get clicked, it will go to this function here.
Oh.
And this function we are calling the on-item click that we're going to implement on the main activity. So we can change the items inside the main activity.
Okay. It will get where it clicked.
Yes, which item was clicked. That's the idea. Now what we want, we will implement these two functions on the main activity. So when we click it, we are going to change the name to be just with click it. And when we long click, we are going to delete the item. Okay? At the same function.
Perhaps the same question. I found that I still have the same question with RN, but why it's only one return false?
Because if I don't have a click listener, we didn't treat the long click here. So we want this long click to also call the click. Because probably, for example, if you have a button, if you don't implement the long click, it's also going to be a click. Normally when you press the button and you do a long click, it's still a click. Normally you just treat the long click as a long click when you have implemented some function for the long click. If not, it's a click.
So the false return comes where? Comes to which click?
If you return true, we say, oh, we treated this click here. You don't need to call the click function. If you return false, we didn't treat here the long click. So call
the short click function.
The short click.
Oh, so whether long click or whether long click or short click.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
And now we'll go back to the main activity. And we're going to call adapter set on click listener new product click listener. So you can implement both. So when the user type the long click, we are going to say singleton get instance product list remove at the position, and we also need to let the adapter know that the item was removed. So just implement here the long click. So now if I, for example, item 5 long click and I remove it with the long click. One thing about it, the RecyclerView is also make like little animations. For example, when you delete it, if you watch, it's going to like do a little animation. Okay, so it look well for the user. So this way I can remove from the singleton, and then I notify the adapter that the item was removed. Okay. Now I want, when I click one item here, to say item and I put some click. So I'm going to get from the position, and then I'm going to do name equals and notify that an item has been changed. Okay, so I change the content of it to show click it, and then notify. So, for example, if I so every time I click, a new clicks appear. Okay. Yes. That's it. because you call it here a different name for me. I set on, increase the, and you could, like here, you could perfect rename. Set on, so change it here and also over here. Yes, when you do refactor rename, you change every place that you have the function that matters. Okay?
So if we don't write the reference or
Yeah, you give error, yes.
but why in this one they didn't give the
Because the long click just needs to return so fast, because you need to return. If I treated this click here, I treated the long click. So I return true. I didn't treat, return false. What means treated or not? If I didn't treat it, return false, this long click is also be called as a click.
so it must write true and false when we use a long
Yeah, when you were treated, return true. If you didn't treat, return false.
Oh, because if we don't write it, it's the same function with
No, because you propagate the click. Because a long click is also a click. So you need to know, oh, this long click is just a click. It's just a long click. If it will not, it also be a click.
so it's make it know that it's
It's
long
just a long click, not a click else.
Okay.
Okay.
And the true here.
Ah, you're asking. Okay.
One. True.
Because it's long click, not click.
And here it return true. This long key will take this
Well, yes, that's it. But now you need to take also.
然后昨天讲短那个
Yeah, that's it.
so if it return true, it will replace it.
Yeah, it will not be called a click. Just call for the long click.
And if it return false, the program will ignore it.
No, if you return false, you're going to call also a click.
Oh, okay. So I just comment.
Okay. Okay, then we are going to do what? We are going to change. So when we add product, we go to a second screen. So we can add the details of the product. And also when we click an item, we're going to a second screen to change the details. But before that, let's just take a little break, okay? So let's resume at 11 o'clock. Then we are going to show how we're going to construct the second screen. And